The INFJ door slam is your emotional panic button. It's that moment you declare, I can't feel this anymore, and your entire system slams shut to keep the chaos out. It works for a while. But now come the side effects, the isolation, the lingering regret, and that quiet, terrifying question in the dead of night. How do I unslam this door? How do I start trusting again when every fiber of my being still screams, danger? This video is your healing protocol. We won't just commiserate about the pain. We're here to transform it. We'll walk through 3 psychological steps you must take to safely re-engage with the world and rebuild a foundation of safety, not dependent on anyone else, but rooted deep within yourself. By the end, you'll have a roadmap to turn that slammed door into a new beginning on your terms. Let's begin. Step 1, embrace the aftermath and allow healing. After using the INFJ door slam to cut off a hurtful relationship, it's common to feel painfully isolated and flooded with emotion. An INFJ may appear calm outwardly, but inside there's a storm of conflicting feelings. Before we dive into the first step, if you've ever felt isolated and misunderstood after a door slam, know that you're not alone. We are building a community here dedicated to emotional intelligence and healing. If this sounds like your tribe, please take a moment to hit that subscribe button right now. Your support helps this message of self-respect reach the people who need it most. Thank you. And now, let's begin with step 1. The first step is to acknowledge the emotional aftermath of the door slam. You likely slammed that door in self-defense, perhaps after months or years of hurt, boundary violations, or emotional abuse. It took a lot of strength to finally stand up for yourself, and ending a relationship for self-preservation isn't wrong. It's actually a sign of knowing your own worth. But even knowing that, you might still feel a tidal wave of emotions. Sadness, anger, and guilt can come in overwhelming waves after you shut someone out. One moment you're relieved and confident you did the right thing. The next, you're wondering, did I overreact? Am I a terrible person? This mix of grief and self-doubt is normal. Realize that no matter what stage of grief you're in right now, it will get better. Give yourself permission to heal and to take your time. The loss of a deep relationship is a wound, and it won't be fixed with a quick bandage or a brave face. When you reflect on the pattern of behavior that led to the door slam, you'll see that you acted out of self-respect and self-protection. As one open letter to INFJs puts it, moving on from an unhealthy relationship means you're respecting your own happiness. Take comfort in that truth whenever guilt tries to creep in. At the same time, acknowledge the good that existed before things went bad. It's possible to miss the person you door slammed, even if you know they were hurting you. Fond memories might surface and make you question yourself. Remind yourself that you don't have to regret the entire relationship. It had value and taught you lessons, even if it ended badly. You can cherish the positive moments and stand by your decision to end the toxicity. Both can be true. This mindset frees you from all or nothing thinking, so you don't fall into a trap of, maybe it was all my fault. Take control of your healing environment. In the immediate aftermath, do what you need to do to feel safe and in control of your space. That might mean cutting off contact with the person completely, deleting their number, removing them from your social media, or even boxing up photos or mementos. Such steps aren't petty, they're healthy boundaries to give your heart the space it needs to recover. You are in control now. By disengaging from a relationship that was damaging you, you've taken the reins of your well-being. Continue to assert that control over your life. For example, if mutual friends keep bringing up the person and it hurts, gently tell them you need to change the subject. If you need a weekend alone to recharge rather than attending a big social event, give yourself that gift. Finally, find outlets for your emotions so they don't fester. INFJs are naturally creative and introspective, so pour your feelings into a creative outlet or reflective practice. Write in a journal, paint or sketch your emotions, compose music, or even just create a playlist that resonates with what you're feeling. Creativity can be incredibly therapeutic. It helps you express pain and release it in a safe way. In fact, many INFJs find that creative outlets help them heal by turning turmoil into art or personal growth. Not only does this ease the loneliness, but it also reconnects you with yourself, your values, your passions, and the parts of you untouched by the hurt. That inner reconnection lays the groundwork for the next step. With the initial shock behind you, step 2 is about reclaiming your sense of safety from within. Before you can confidently re-engage with others, you need to feel secure in yourself again. Think of this as fortifying your personal foundation, shoring up your boundaries, self-trust, and confidence so that no matter who comes into your life, you know you'll be okay. Start by grounding yourself in the present. After a traumatic emotional cutoff, your nervous system might still be on high alert. You may find yourself flinching at the idea of letting anyone get close again. To counter this, practice being present with yourself in moments of anxiety. Simple mindfulness techniques help. Take a few slow, deep breaths and notice the sensations in your body, your heartbeat, the feeling of your feet on the floor. Remind yourself, I am safe now. It sounds simple, but even silently repeating a calming affirmation like, I am safe, I can trust myself, can begin to rewire your brain's fear response. Grounding exercises reassure the part of you that is stuck in past hurt that those moments are not happening now. Rebuilding self-trust is key here. Trauma, and make no mistake, an INFJ door slam often follows emotional trauma, can make you doubt your own judgment. You might worry, I let someone in and got hurt. How can I trust myself not to let the wrong person in again? One powerful way to rebuild trust in yourself is to validate your own feelings and decisions. Reflect on the red flags or gut feelings you had before the door slam. Chances are your intuition picked up on problems early, but you gave benefit of the doubt or tried to fix things. Now, give yourself credit. Those gut instincts were accurate. You ended the relationship because deep down you knew it was unhealthy. Acknowledge that wisdom. Tell yourself, I will listen to my inner voice from now on because it's here to protect me. Each time you honor your intuition, whether it's taking a rest when you're overwhelmed or distancing from someone who drains you, you prove to yourself that you can be trusted. Next, establish clear boundaries with yourself and others. Boundaries are not walls to keep everyone out. They are guidelines that protect your well-being. Take time to define what safe connections mean to you now. For example, you might decide, I will no longer excuse or explain away behavior that makes me feel small or disrespected. Or if I say I need alone time, I won't apologize for it. These are healthy boundaries that ensure you never have to sacrifice your mental health to please someone. An INFJ's giving nature can sometimes lead to overextension and resentment when it's not reciprocated. Your new commitment is to balance empathy with self-respect. By clearly knowing your limits, you create an internal sense of security. You're basically telling yourself, I've got your back. I won't let others violate us. This internal promise greatly reduces the fear of new relationships because you know you won't ignore red flags next time. After being hurt, it's easy for the mind to go to extremes. No one can be trusted, or if I open up, I'll just get hurt again. Psychologists call this splitting, a defense mechanism where we see people as all good or all bad. Try to catch these thoughts and soften them. The truth lies in nuance, first. Be open and honest about your own feelings. Respect your own boundaries. Try to understand your experiences from a compassionate perspective. By treating yourself with the openness, respect, and empathy you crave, you're essentially creating a safe, emotional space within. This is the space you will bring with you when you're ready to interact with others. One practical tool here is using positive affirmations or mantras to reinforce your sense of safety. For example, I deserve relationships that respect my boundaries, or I can trust myself to handle whatever comes. These short statements, repeated regularly, can counter the negative beliefs left by trauma. Lastly, remember that rebuilding your inner security is a gradual journey. There will be days you feel strong and ready to open up again, and days you retreat into your shell. Healing isn't linear. Often it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Be patient with yourself and celebrate even the small victories, like feeling a little less anxious than yesterday or asserting your needs to someone without guilt. Every bit of progress matters. In fact, mental health experts emphasize that recovery often follows a nonlinear path. What's important is continuing to move forward with compassion for yourself. Keep that in mind as you move into the next step, which is all about carefully opening that door and stepping back into the world, one safe step at a time. Step 3. Re-engage gradually and find your tribe. You've honored your feelings and fortified your inner safety net. Now it's time to gently re-engage with the world on your own terms. Step 3 is about gradual, mindful reconnection, building trust with others step by step, armed with the self-knowledge and boundaries you've developed. Remember, the goal isn't to throw the doors wide open and invite everyone in. It's to crack the door open carefully and let in a bit of fresh air, then a little more as you feel ready. Each positive experience will reinforce that it's possible to connect with people without losing your sense of safety. Start small and start safe. You don't have to dive into a crowded party or go on a dozen dates right away. In fact, it's often best to begin with familiar, trusted connections that you may have drifted from. Is there an old friend, a cousin, or a colleague you once enjoyed talking to, someone who is not involved in the hurt you experienced? These are ideal people to reach out to first. Reconnecting with someone who has a track record of positivity in your life can remind you that not all connections and heartbreak. As a practical step, you might send a simple message like, "Hey, I know it's been a while, but I've been thinking of you. Want to catch up over coffee?" Keep it low pressure. The point is to gently exercise your social muscle with someone who already feels safe to you. Even a brief, friendly chat with a person who respects you can be enormously healing. When you do meet or talk, pace yourself. It's normal if the first few interactions feel awkward or if you feel nervous. You might catch yourself scanning for any sign of red flags. That's your protective instinct, and it's fine. But also allow yourself to be present and enjoy the moment if it's going well. Notice if you feel even a little bit of contentment or relief being with a kind person. Savor that feeling. This is you proving to your brain that social interaction can be positive again. Psychologists often recommend a strategy called gradual exposure for anxiety. Start with brief, low-stakes interactions and slowly increase as your comfort grows. For example, you might begin with a 20-minute coffee meetup with a friend you trust. Next time, maybe an hour-long walk with that friend. Then perhaps attend a small group get-together for an hour, and so on. Gradual steps prevent overwhelm and build confidence with each successful experience. To the INFJ who slammed the door and is now peering out at the world again, I am proud of you. It takes courage to protect yourself, and it takes even greater courage to heal and reach out again after being hurt. You've journeyed through the pain, fortified your inner sanctuary, and started to crack open the door to let in the light. Remember that re-engaging with the world is a gradual, compassionate process. Some days you'll feel bold, other days you may retreat, and that's okay. The key is that you're moving forward overall at your own pace. With each small act of trust, a friendly chat, a new acquaintance, an old friendship rekindled, you are proving to yourself that the world can be safe again. As you practice these 3 steps, take a moment to appreciate how far you've come. The fact that you care enough to want to re-engage means your spirit is resilient. You refuse to let a bad experience define the rest of your life, and that is something to celebrate. Yes, the INFJ door slam protected you when you desperately needed protection. Now, you're learning that you don't have to live behind that locked door forever. You are building a new foundation of safety, one that travels with you wherever you go, because it's within you. With that inner strength, you can afford to open up and let the right people in. In time, you'll find that the world is not as lonely as it once seemed. You will have friends who cherish your empathetic heart and respect your boundaries. You'll engage with others in ways that uplift you, not drain you. And most importantly, you'll trust yourself to handle ups and downs without losing who you are. So, here's to you reclaiming your sense of safety and stepping back into life on your terms. The door may have slammed on one chapter, but a new one is beginning. One where you decide how open to keep that door and who is worth holding it open for. Be patient, stay true to yourself, and know that you are not alone on this journey. Many INFJs have walked this path and come out stronger, with relationships that honor their beautiful, sensitive souls. You will too. Keep that emotional contract with yourself, the promise that you will honor your feelings and needs, and you'll find that each connection you form will be built on solid ground. Little by little, trust will return, and with it, the warmth of genuine connection. You've got this. As you step forward, take a deep breath and remember, the world can be gentle, and you are safe to engage with it at your own pace. Each day, each effort is a victory. Welcome back. The real you, wiser and braver, is ready to reconnect. Your tribe is waiting, and your future is bright.